AT Network presents the Culture Conversation Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Thompson II. Today, I got a special guest in the building. We go all the way back. My guy, RJ Lamont.
What's the deal?
My dude always tripping though.
Every day.
I'm so freaking proud of you, bro. Like, real talk, man. Like, real talk. I remember when we first talked, this gotta be like 15 years ago, and we was talking about, we just linked up music, of course, and you know, you was talking about like what you trying to do. I was moving and I was trying to push things forward, and then to see where you are today, man, it just makes my heart feel good to see you stuck with it and you grinded, because dude, I didn't know you since you was in high school, dog.
Literally, that's what, low key, when you said 15 years, I was thinking, damn, you showing my age.
Oh, my bad. You still my dog, though, you know?
It's been years in the grind, though, like years and years. Even from the first time I met you, like, to the grind up now, it's like, I just kept going. Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, no days off. Still no days off. Like, I took a day off, like, this past weekend, and I was like, bro, this shit feel crazy as hell.
So, like, you are not just a DJ. You're a producer, an engineer, and then you done took, dog, it's like you done really advanced in all the areas, dog, because you really out here. It's like, we was like, all right, he's slapping on the production. And then you came back and smacked him with the DJing and all over the world. So, like, let's go back and talk about how you got started with your career at the beginning, dog.
From the beginning, you know, my cousin was a rapper, Toto.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So my cousin was a rapper, so it kind of was always in my genes to like do music. But if we fast past like high school and all that stuff, when I really kind of got started, it was after I got out of college. Really got out of college and started doing beats, and then I couldn't find nobody to buy my beats. So since I couldn't find nobody to buy no beats, I started DJing because I was like, shit.
You kept going back and forth.
Yeah, I did. No. But it was crazy to this day when I be telling people, they don't understand it. Like, sometimes I just quit producing for like 2 years and DJ for 2 years, and then quit DJing for 2 years and go back to producing for 2 years, because it's like in me, like, it's music is just what I want it to be. So I kind of do music at my own pace on that point. But yeah, I've been doing it forever at this point and been creating stars, and then.
But before you was creating stars, because, you know, I know you don't like talking about the super beginning, though, but I remember when you got your first apartment.
Oh, yeah.
And that was your production hub.
Yeah.
And you was super grind. You was, like, not sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, doing everything to make it. Tell people about them times, too, bro.
So what I learned early on was, okay, so if I open up a studio, niggas gonna wanna rap. And if niggas wanna rap, if I 1 month just so happen can't pay my rent, the rappers will just pay my rent. So that's how I always like ran the studio like out my house, like kind of thing. But with those days, yeah, my crib always with the studio. Now it's bigger now, but I always like, my studio was always the hub because I was able to just like tap in with the artists, make them feel at home. But in that crib, you got to think of all the artists we had. We had Bandgang, Sada Baby, Skilla, Baby Money. Yeah. Who else was in there?
Y'all had that boy slapping.
Right. Babyface Ray, Team East, PZ, Dame, GT. Everybody that you kind of listen to today was at that crib. Like, yeah.
And that crib was slapping. It was slapping. Then y'all used to be over at my cousin's spot, over Joe's spot.
Oh yeah.
Y'all used to be over there, like.
Yeah. We did that. That's when we started doing like Draco and Bino. Who else we did around that time? Wally the Sensei, 03 Greedo. We started doing a lot of artists when we moved over to that spot. But that spot was like the in-between spot between the current spot that I'm about to swap out of now and the first spot. Yeah. So the first spot went for years.
But the first spot was the livest spot, though.
Yeah, because we had all the artists together. So since all the artists was together, it had like that energy, and we was just making hits all day, every day. That's what I said. I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, I know.
Man,
none of us was sleeping.
Man, you know what's crazy? So like, I be in my studio right now, and I be telling like my engineers like to get up and walk around and stuff, and I always be telling them like, bro, y'all don't realize that it's been a point in time in my life where I sat in the studio for 2 weeks straight and never got up out my seat. Yeah. The only time I got to like see sunlight was when I would walk outside like in the beginning of the day and just
in the
stretch.
parking lot.
Yeah, and just
and
stretch.
then I come get you and say, let's go get something to eat.
Yeah,
because you just was like a zombie, dog, nonstop.
Man, but all of that music, I ain't gonna lie, all of that music we made during that time, all that sacrifice, I feel like that time in my life was like my 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
And those 10,000 hours made me be able to be financially free today while I'm trying to create my new dreams. So I'm trying to chase my new dreams, but those times changed my life.
Yeah, because you was on that rap or die.
Literally.
You was on rap or die. You was on that type of time.
But I mean, but at the same time, you know, I became the greatest engineer, greatest producer, greatest DJ. So I put my hours in to learn how to do I learned how a song was structured. I learned how labels want to hear songs. I learned how the stuff should be mixed and mastered. I learned all of those things. So like at this point, I'm just kind of doing it how I want to do it. But I still know the rules, so I don't really bend the rules that much.
So, like, I heard you say about your engineers and stuff. So, did you train them or they already came trained?
At first, I started training half trained and then half it's like already established.
Okay.
But I could notice the difference in the ones that you got to train between the ones that like came up with me, because the ones that came up with me kind of work just like I work.
Yeah.
So training people is kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. I damn near be willing to just work with the people that's already sweet.
So, like, the artists you working with right now, how did these breakoffs happen? Because, like, everybody kind of went in different directions. Even though everybody's still cool and kind of, like, clicked up, but everybody went in different directions, and then you ended up with certain artists. So, like, can you talk about how that happened? You know, how did you not end up being everybody's DJ? You ended up being... I don't want to be funny and say you picked the right one because of what you're doing. But,
well, because you like at the end of the day, I learned early on that like the artists that I was around didn't determine my future. So yes, I like to work with people. Yes, I like to build people up. Yes, but at the end of the day, I got to make sure I'm straight. Like at the end of the day, so in that sense, it's like I mean I got what I got out of the situations with all these artists, but you gotta think, bro. I blew up like 17 artists.
Yeah.
Like 17 people got deals. Like it was, like I was counting. It's between 11 and 17, somewhere around that number. All got deals off.
And
being
you was
announced.
going crazy in the clubs too.
Still going crazy in the club. It's still them same songs.
I mean, you was in, but I'm saying you personally was in the clubs going crazy.
Yeah, I used to be. But my DJing shit crazy.
Them boys.
My DJing shit crazier now because you know I be doing like 50,000 people, 100,000 people.
Yeah.
I just got back from
I
London.
heard about the deal you got when you was in the A. I was down there when.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah.
I know about all the stuff.
Yeah. So I come across.
Talk about that from what you can say. I know you can't talk about all the details, but
which one, my pub deal or my record deal?
Both.
Oh,
but the pub deal was the one that was like, oh, you doing your thing.
So with my pub deal, with the pub deal, I had to realize like, I wanted to start working for labels. I didn't want to be independent no more. So I wanted to work for a label. So I was like, I'm gonna just go over here. So when I went over to Ultra, they was good people and they helped me with the things I needed help with. And just using their name enables me to like get a little bit. I ain't gonna say it helped me get more connections, but if I get a connection, I'm able to use the connection a little bit more easily. So the Ultra deal was kind of like straight as fuck. I was just telling somebody today, bro, I can't wait to recoup in September so I can get my second stipend.
I'm just saying, I know you, but I know the lawyers, I know certain people, and your splits is A1.
Oh yeah. Because I was like,
your splits is A1, dog.
It's only because I had put in like all those years. So it was like I had already had the catalog. So a lot of artists always be rushing into their deals and shit. But it's like if you just wait and if you pour today, you're gonna be poor tomorrow, bro. Just wait. Like it's not gonna make a difference in
you
your
said you're already used to not having money, so
yeah, like I could live off nothing. So I learned that thing. So it was like as the years went on, when it was time for me to cash in, it was like, all right, boom, I got all this back catalog, so now it's worth me going to get a deal. If you go get the deal before that, you're gonna get a fucked up deal.
Absolutely, because you gotta.
Or if you're too young in the game, like if you like only like a year or two in the game, it's like, bro.
But it can work both ways though, because you gotta think about it like this. Your situation, it just panned out perfect for you. You put in many years of work. And then the way the deal came at that time period, you know, that was all God. The way that flowed. Yeah. Some dudes, you gotta think, they might get that big check up front, and then what if they don't ever get a hit? You had a lot of hits already. Some dudes never get a hit. People don't talk about that with the labels. Like, labels get some bad deals too, but people don't talk about that when the labels like give them $200,000 in advance, or you know what I'm saying, even they get an M. And then some of them dudes didn't pan out, like and 90%. Never got a hit.
Yeah, see, yeah, because once you get the deal, that's when the work starts.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah,
the big artists, yeah, because the big artists pay for all the artists that's how it goes too. The big artists that make all the money is paying for all the artists that they lost on too. Yeah, that's how they recoup too. Like, they don't say it, but that's really what's happening. Yeah,
a lot of people don't. Another thing I know, like majority of artists never even make it to their second contract. And then also, like, most rappers only got like I shouldn't say that, but they only got like a 5-year lifespan. So
with majors.
Yeah.
Usually when you say a 5 lifespan, you mean a 5-year being on top and being hot. Yeah. Radio hot. Yeah. And then, you know, what happens is, like, you should have your fan base and have your community. That's on you if you got a community or not by a certain point.
How they gonna have a community if they just Instagram famous?
But I'm saying most artists would have built a community and a following and a community by a certain, you get what I'm saying?
But I feel like with this new music that's coming out, it's like, bro, no, they don't. That should be all fake. So by the time they're not hot no more, they're not on the radio no more, it's like, bro, we wasn't even listening to that shit for real. We was only listening to it because the radio pushed it.
Basically. You said the radio pack?
Or TikTok. Like, TikTok was probably pushing that song.
But you know about the radio pack, though.
I do know about the radio pack.
I just want to make sure you know about the pack. Yeah, the stimulus packet.
Yeah. Throw Chris Brown on the hook. Get Mustard on the beat.
Man, they can blow you up, though.
Quick.
Your name gonna be out there.
Yeah, you gonna be out here. But I don't mean people really listening to it.
I see both sides, though. Real talk.
Yeah.
But get back to the record deal, too. Tell us about the record deal, how that happened, what's going on.
Well, because, you know, I put out my own song. So eventually throughout the years and shit, when I was like going through, when I was starting to, because when I started doing music, when you see me in the house, you know I didn't understand nothing about music.
Yeah.
I was just making music and trying to make some money every day. Mm-hmm. Well, when these artists started getting deals and real shit started happening, I started to realize how much money was being produced. So at that point in time, I decided to start putting out my own songs, and because I knew
featuring them.
Yeah, because I knew. Well, I knew at the time, like, I would do some music with somebody, and I knew that it was like 1 or 2 of them songs that we did that like went viral, that I could have just been like, hey bro, give me that one and you can keep all of these. And that song still would have went as viral as it went, and it still would have blew up as big as it did. So at that point in time, once I started seeing how much money was being generated, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just start releasing my own music. I'm gonna start paying y'all niggas for the verses instead of y'all paying me for the beats. And I'm gonna put it out.
Y'all peep gang, y'all listen to what he just said. He said, I'm gonna pay y'all for the verses instead of y'all paying me for the beats. Yeah. And
now I generate over 100,000 Spotify streams a month. Like, on my own. And this has nothing to do with all of the big songs that I produce. It's just like the RJ music that come out. Mm-hmm. So once that started going, it was kind of easy to get a deal. I mean, because they give deals away.
But explain this, because, like, you know, I got Entertainment University, and we service youth. Like, we in some of the schools, and we service like 350 kids 5 days a week. We teaching them music, film, TV, and fashion, the business and production side. So, of course, I'm going to want you on Fridays. We have people in the industry that come and talk to the kids. So, you know, I'm going to want you to come talk to the kids. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to hit you up.
I'm going to come. I love the kids.
So, like, my question for you to break down to people is when it comes, because kids in my class ask all the time, how much do you make per per spin or view or download. Can you break it down how that system works?
The quickest way I could break it, from the producer or the artist?
Break down either or.
Okay, producers ain't seeing no money. Boom, let's just start there. You're a producer, just be comfortable with being broke. You ain't gonna get paid until you got like 6 hits. Boom. But as like an artist, 12,000 streams is like $40. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, if you ain't doing millions of streams, it's like you're not doing anything. Like I get it. People be thinking they have a buzz and they get 60,000 streams, 100,000 streams, bro. If you ain't doing, bro, I'm not a rapper. This is what I tell people. I'm not a rapper, and I do over a million.
You are an entertainer though, dog.
But I'm not an actual rapper.
I know.
So if I can do 1 million streams a month, if you can't, you're not a rapper. Like it's like you're not gonna be making no real money to be able to support yourself, because I'm not a rapper and I can see how much money come in off 1 million streams a month. So if you're doing 50, 60,000 streams, it's like, bro, it's potential.
But you got to think too. It depends on what type of demographics you hitting. You hitting across the board. Like, you don't just have like black people listen to your music or just white people listen to your music. You got all people listening to your music. So it's a little different for you.
What Drake say? Only real music gonna last. The rest of that shit gonna be here today, gone tomorrow.
Like, talk about like how did you end up? How did the what's the artist that you have now that you tour with? That you the official tour DJ or producer for? I
DJ for Baby Tron right now and BLP Kosher.
Okay, and
Kosher
so
be going crazy.
Huh?
BLP Kosher be going crazy.
Word. Yeah, I've seen your videos.
Yeah.
So how did the whole situation with those groups? How did you find them, develop them? Like, how did this happen with these two? Well,
okay, I met Kosher through Tron through Cole Bennett.
Okay.
Boom. But Tron I've known. So Tron, Lando, the Hip Hop Lab. Lando is, at one point in time in my life, Lando was my intern.
Gotcha.
So Lando told me that he was grateful for what I did for him, allowing him to intern for me. So if he ever had an opportunity, he would call me first. That opportunity just so happened to be Baby Tron.
Wow. That's love. He could have just ran off.
Yeah. Because it's crazy. I was in Mexico at the time, living in Mexico. He was like, can you come home and come DJ for my artist? He about to start touring. I knew Tron because Lando had brought me Tron before. Yeah. And I had hung out with Tron a million times, hung out with Tron all the time. Like, I love Tron as a person. Yeah. So, like, we would just hang out. And it's like,
I can see that was easy connect these two personalities. Yeah. That's an easy connect.
So, I go to the first show, sold out. I'm like, where the fuck did you get all these fans from? Boom. Then 2 weeks later, he became a double XL freshman. I'm like, what were y'all building when I wasn't paying attention? Mm-hmm. And we've been on tour for 2 years now. This is our 3rd year and we straight.
So, the song with M and Big Sean that he got, how did that happen? And tell me the response y'all getting, 2 parts, from the fans and from the other artists out here. Like, is other artists pissed off or are they showing love?
I could tell you. Okay, boom. So, the Eminem situation, I knew about it a long time ago, and I just knew to keep my mouth shut. Boom. So I kept my mouth shut, and it's crazy because I was going on podcasts and people was like trying to like diss Eminem. And I'm like, bro, don't put me in the middle of that. I got big shit going on, bro. Yeah. I don't want to, anything you saying about Eminem, I do not want to be around that. Boom. So Tron did the song with Eminem, and then they came out here to shoot the video, I want to say. Yeah. They shot the video out here.
Yeah, I know.
Cole Bennett put the song together, added Big Sean to the song, put the song out. The video was crazy. All I know is I looked at Tron streams per month, and he was, like, I told you, like, I get 100,000 a month. So, man, it's not even the same ball game. So, from that point in time, when he did the song with Eminem, I found out that Eminem is the most streamed artist in the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, so Tron streams went from...
First of all, people got to put, like, I'm going to say it like this. I just feel like Detroit should be proud that we even got him, like, for real. Like, the way he didn't win diamond, dog. I ain't talking about plat, diamond.
It's Eminem.
This isn't, like, put respect on the name and just be thankful that he rep our city, that he from our city. Like, it just blows my mind. I just want to see us all come together and really just take this thing and run with it.
To me, about Eminem, it's like, I know so many people in Michigan that act just, anybody that's not from Detroit acts just like Eminem. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you can't even say Eminem not really from Detroit. Like, he act like everybody that just don't live in the city. Anybody live like on the outskirts of the city, that's how they act. Mm-hmm. And I don't live in the city, so yeah, all my friends act like that. So, but what I did notice from like when Tron was working with Eminem, mm-hmm. His streams went from 2 million a month to 12 million a month by the time the song dropped.
People sleeping too on what Shine been doing too.
I seen Shine. Look, when we
people
did
sleep. I'm watching strategically how he's moving out here. They not seeing what he's doing. He just dropped
the video with Cole Bennett today. Mm-hmm. I just seen that, but I seen Shine in Summer Smash, mm-hmm. and when I seen him, he really embraced me. Like technically, I know Sean just because we from the same city, but I know all his friends and stuff. Yeah. But I felt like we never had a personal connection. Yeah. But for some reason at Summer Smash, he made sure that we made a personal connection. Yeah. And it was like, and I was with some famous rappers too, and he was like, "Nah, y'all can move out the way. I'm trying to meet RJ." Like, boom, yeah. Boom. So me and Sean just linked up. So we actually about to start working crazy.
Dog.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, my dog.
Yeah. You know who I just seen too?
Who that?
Gerard Victor.
Oh, word?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So I've been coming across some stuff.
But you know what though? You always had that genuine spirit, and you always kept it real. Like, you know, mm-hmm. God gonna bring that back to you, dog. Right. Like real talk. Stuff we've talked about. Mm-hmm. It's like to see it. We spoke it into existence. It's come to fruition. All of it.
Yeah. But from what you were saying about like how the artists feel in Michigan about trying doing a song with him. Everyone I've ever talked to said that video looked like Eminem passing the torch to Tron. Mm-hmm. So I'm proud of Tron. I ain't gonna lie. We can say it here on the network. The first rapper out of all the rappers mm-hmm. to ever buy me something was Baby Tron. He bought me the shirt.
That was hard too.
And whatever. Hey, I'm happy. Ain't nobody ever bought me nothing. But I ain't never asked nobody for nothing. So it ain't even like I buy my own stuff, whatever I want. But the first person to say I got a gift with you was Tron. Yeah. So, hey, I'm team Tron all the way.
Our relationship is dope, though.
Hey, he ain't never got to worry about having a dull show. I will make sure his shows is great every time.
That's what's up, dog. So, man, let's talk about some of these. Man, I love, because I just remember how you started off. And now, dog, when I see you DJing, you are a rock star, dog. You be going crazy. Because you used to be so, like, I don't think people know how laid back and quiet you are, too. Yeah. People that don't know you personally don't know how quiet you were. And then when I see you at these shows, I'm like, RJ tripping. I'm like, RJ didn't got in his bag and it's like you pulled out your superhero bag and just put on a mask and just go.
That's the stage is the place for me to express, like how the artists go in the booth and they express themselves. The stage is like my booth, so it's like, forget it, bro. Just enjoy life. This might be my last time here ever. I might not never go to Utah again in my life. Forget it. Let's just jump in the crowd. Let's just jump in the crowd.
I love when you jump in crowd surfing, dude. Going crazy. But how do you? This is something I know from working with Live Nation, doing all these shows. Dude, I ain't never seen. Do you be timing it in your head? Because you will jump, had a song going, jump in the crowd, and get back
and DJ.
The song going, and get ready to go to the next piece. I'm like, how does he like?
But look, you got to back up. You know what you got to remember? Regardless, if I'm not the best DJ in Detroit, Detroit breeds the best DJs in the world. Yeah. So when we leave outside of Detroit, we're going to be greater than every DJ in the world, regardless. So like that's just come from just being from Detroit.
Dog, I mean, I paid attention to that. I kept watching. I was like, is he counting? Is he counting in his head or something? Because there's no way. You like be in the middle too. And you be like, I gotta you be swimming back, bro.
You gotta get back before the song cut off. Nah, but I do count.
You do? I knew you was counting. I knew you. I'm like, it is no way he getting that timing down that good, dog.
It's a specific song and a specific part, and I know that by the time this part is over, to go back. But I already got the next song already loaded up.
Got you.
Yeah, so I am counting.
That's dope.
But I'm on stage, so the people, if I'm on stage, y'all are just being entertained, so y'all don't really know what's going on. But I already know this because it's my show. Mm-hmm. I got like a 30-minute set, hour set, 2-hour set, 3-hour set, 5-hour set. I got different sets, and that's a part of my set.
Have you done a festival yet?
Yeah, I just did Rolling Loud Europe.
Like, that was a okay. My bad. That was when I saw the video footage. Yeah, that was a festival. Because they don't call, you know what? Because they don't say festival on it. I didn't think like
I did Summer Smash.
But I'm just saying, I'm thinking it don't say festival, so I was thinking like, has he done festival?
But I just did this one festival in Poland.
I didn't see that.
It's in Warsaw, Poland. It was a festival. I just did it like a couple weeks ago. But I do so many shows that I don't be knowing the names of the places I be going to.
I feel you. I know how that go.
Yeah, but festival costs are crazy.
Stupid crazy.
The overseas ones are a little bit different than the ones in America. The American ones are crazy. The overseas ones are way crazier. Mm-hmm. But it's more relaxed overseas, mainly probably because they ain't got no guns overseas. Yeah. So they just let people do whatever they want, let people be drunk and all that type of stuff. But in America, it's a little bit more strategic, and I get it.
You like outdoor or indoor?
I like indoor if it's cold outside. Okay. If it's cold out, because I've done Rolling Loud in New York, and it's been so cold that I couldn't feel my fingers while I was DJing. So I don't really, the outdoor, if it's cold, no. Then I remember on New Year's Eve, we was in New York. It was, New York is different though. Like, it seems like it's supposed to be so cold in New York, but for some reason there's so many people, it's not as cold. Yeah. But it is cold.
Nah, that's when you get in that vibe though. Yeah. That's what that is. What, it's something I do want to ask you about though. When you first signed your record deal, right? Not the publishing. When you first signed a record deal, what was the first thing you went and did right after that?
Wait, my first one ever?
Yeah, record deal.
I bought this chain.
That was the first thing you did was buy the chain?
Bro, I didn't even clear it. No, I remember going to the bank. And I remember looking at the check, and it had an extra zero, and I didn't notice. No, I just didn't notice. Like, I just didn't notice. Like, the person who wrote the check, I just didn't notice. I'm like, it had an extra zero, and I remember looking at it like, what the fuck? So I went to my bank and just deposited. I didn't want it in my pocket, so I just went to my bank and deposited. And I remember going to the bank and the bank telling me like, well, you didn't sign the back of this check. Is it real? Who just wrote you? Because it was just written out. Yeah. Like, who just wrote you this? Like they gave me so much hassle to get my money. And
how long did it take to get for it to clear?
Well, this is what I know about banks. If you go in there screaming, asking for your money, they can hold your money for 90 days and send you a check. So I had to quiet down.
That's usually when they gonna close the account.
Yeah, they can close your account.
I know. That's when they go. Yeah. I had a check so big before the day. It's like they didn't think it was real.
Yeah, and then they never think music is real. Yeah. Like, banks do not think doing music can pay this much money. Mm-hmm. Boom. So after it took like 3 days to get it. Okay. But
after they verified,
I went to Hutch. Yeah. Shout out to Hutch. I went straight to Hutch. I didn't even wait because I knew that the amount that the check was. The people told me that I was gonna get the same check next week for the same amount.
You was like, I'm a little different. I think I'd have waited for the second check before I did anything. I don't even know if I would have told nobody.
Damn. Yeah,
you went crazy. As soon as you got
Hutch. It didn't even register in my bank account before I put it out and went to Hutch. Yeah, what? I want about.
You was cool doing the pub deal though. When you got that, I think you was a little settled in who you are.
Oh yeah. Like,
you was settled. You was like business. You was like acting like a businessman then.
Yeah, at this point in life, I understand like how it kind of work. It kind of work like every few years, I'm gonna get a big dumbass check, and I'm supposed to sit on that check and develop my life with that check for a few years before the next big dumbass check come. But in between that, you need to like save. So I understand that part, but at this part, I was just like, bro, I'm going to Hutch because I don't want these rappers to buy me nothing. I'm buying my own chain.
Yeah. So like that transition, dog. Like you was already like rock star lifestyle before you got that check. You was already into that. You was already like
everybody started
showmanship wise.
Yeah, everybody had started getting record deals. When by the time I got the check, it's because everybody else had got a record deal, and I had made all of the beats.
Yeah.
So the producer got to get paid. Like you can't even put the songs out. You got to make. If they knew that if they didn't take care of me then, I would just sue them right now.
Yeah.
So they make sure they take care of me.
Got you.
Yeah.
Man, I'm smiling so much, dog, because, dog, I done watched you do it. And it's beautiful.
I damn near work for Live Nations now. Basically.
I know, because all the shows.
Basically, I don't work there, but I basically work for Live Nations and Rolling Loud. Like, basically.
Like, I know them checks that come.
Right, they come straight through Live Nations.
Yeah, I know the second, because I see the name. You know the name that actually pop up in your account, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, I just be looking at it like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I know how to, like, remain humble and just realize, like, it ain't, like, it's a bigger picture than me. So I just got to stay focused and make sure I get my bag and make sure I don't do too much.
So are you going to develop more artists coming up, or you just cruising? And because you talk about the record label, so are you going to start signing artists, and are you looking at for artists from the hometown or everywhere?
See, where I feel about it is like, I mean, artists got to be grateful. That'd be the main thing. A lot of artists don't be grateful, so like it's like, I mean, I already blew up like a bunch of people. I could just go work over there and just be stable. But in my heart, what I want to do, what's gonna take me to the next level, since God blessed me with this opportunity, I know that I'm supposed to bless other people. So I want what my dream would be is to take all the money that I make from producing and DJing, invest it in the artists, and to start creating my own label.
But do partnerships too. Don't just take all your money and do it. Do some partnerships. Like we'll talk about that. Okay. Some brand partnerships is you work with a lot of brands. Like, cause you be out and you low key be promoting them and don't know it. Cause when you be on these tours of Live Nation, they sponsors and all that. Let's talk about that later. Like, you need to tap in with some of those sponsors too.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's
you know how we talk.
I about to say that's game right there, because in my head all I was thinking was, okay,
don't put all your bread up.
Just put it here so I don't blow it on another chain. Just put it here. That's what was going through my head.
We're gonna talk about how to compound and all that feel funny, but like for real, when you do your label, did you LLC it yet? We'll talk about it then. Like, you know the truck that's out there now? You seen all the other cars now, that's the company truck. So I want you to like take the label, we'll talk about it, let's get you a lawyer and then go get the loan out and then put that money up for the artist. We'll talk about it, I got you.
Oh, you do know how to do everything.
Bro. Yeah, you my little bro, dog. You know I got you. But I'm just saying, like, even with your car, like now, like I stopped buying my cars in my name now because like those trucks now, I write them off now. My CPA, he cold with it. Oh, yeah, that's a company vehicle. So
I hear about all this stuff on YouTube.
And then the driving I do when I drove to my studio today, and we doing this, I can drive. This is work.
Man, I work for this one rapper, bro, and he do this thing where like he be booking these flights and just refunding them and shit, just keeping the points. But somebody told me it was like for tax purposes. Yeah. So I be coming across like some crazy ass shit like that, and then I be hearing this stuff on YouTube, and I want to learn more about this stuff.
We'll talk.
Cause this is the part of the game I don't know. I know how to be talented. I know how to create a star. The business aspect of it, I'm learning it day by day.
Come on, dog. You know we're gonna help each other. Yeah. We've always held each other down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got you. But I just want you to start thinking in that sense. It's because as you move into executive role, you about to be an executive now. So it's like we gotta make sure that you start thinking like an executive. Don't take away from your creative art, because creatively you're a beast and you don't want to. But make sure the right people, like you got the right lawyer, because I saw your stuff. You got the right lawyer. So just like how you got the right lawyer, you want to make sure you got the right account, you got the right, you know what I'm saying, and then make sure you're watching everything.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But you got to get your tax game together because I had to learn how to get my tax game together.
That's the next level. Learn how to get my tax game together. Because
Yeah.
technically, everything I was doing, I was always an employee. So now the stage I'm moving into is where I'm becoming a boss.
Yeah. For example, I just did something with the Trey Sean show, and I did something with Aretha. So when they paid the company for hosting and marketing and all that, no, I'm sending them that EIN. I'm sending the W-9, the EIN, all that stuff, because they're paying the company. They ain't paying me because that tax different.
It's different.
Yeah, so if you draw down as an employee, and then you paying less in taxes.
So that's how these labels making all this money.
There's a lot of ways. Because
I know even when they give me a check, if it's $1 million, they just writing that shit off.
Cause think about what you gonna pay on that.
But I gotta pay
half. You only gonna get take that back. You only out of that $1 million, you only gonna take home about $425.
Cause I gotta pay the lawyer too.
Yeah, you gonna take $425.
And I gotta pay whoever was like, "Hey, bro, I got this deal for you."
$425 is what you taking home.
Yeah.
So now you can mess around and figure out how. Now if you do it business wise, you can take home $750. Out that
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about all this.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure you structure it properly.
How you feel about artists not understanding splits?
I think it's a learning game because, like, you remember, like, me and Young RJ, like, we learn, like, Dilla taught us on the boards and the production side, and then Big RJ taught us on the business side. I just think it's about learning, and then, you taking your time to learn. Because think about how the time it took you to perfect DJing and producing. It's the same thing. It takes time to learn how to run a business, because at the end of the day, really, you're learning how to run a business. So I just think that if they're willing to take the time and everybody learn in a different capacity, it's worth learning. And then if you don't understand the splits, you need to make sure that you learn as much as you can and then have the right people around you that you can trust that'll help you build.
You think an artist can make it being completely independent, like just them?
I don't think anybody's ever completely independent, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we know this game, and we've been in this game a long time. If you sign a deal, they just in control of the destination. If you get an investor, it's the same thing as having a deal, but you just in control of the destination. Regardless, you need the money to move the product. It's like anything else. So I don't frown upon either people being independent or signed to a label. It's about what you and your team are able to handle and what makes sense for your brand and what you're doing. I love partnerships. I love to be like my company rolling, and then we develop partnerships, and I'm more interested in doing long term, and we not just saying slow rolling, but we building it out properly, because I believe in how do we make stuff stand test of time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's just like everybody do that. Some people are the type of people that's gonna do it fast, get hot, make a bunch of money, and then they're gonna go away and they might do other things. And with that said, have you been, besides the record label, have you thought about getting into other things, investment wise, or stuff you into outside of the entertainment?
See, the first thing I came across was that, like, I wanted to. My first investments, to be honest, weren't into music. Because when I wanted to start investing, I wanted to know what I was investing into. Yeah. So, like, real estate and all that stuff, it's like I felt like I would have to have time to, eventually I do want to.
But there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, investing in music. Like, it's nothing wrong with it.
It's like I know what happens if I put this amount of money into music. I feel like every artist I invest into is like a house. Yeah. Like if you was buying a bunch of houses.
And that's dope. What you're saying is dope. Yeah. Like, for real. Because you know the formula. You've developed a system. Yeah. And you're working that system.
And it makes more sense to me because, like, I don't know shit about houses.
And you might not ever do it. Yeah. It might be okay doing it the way you do it. You might not, because you think about it, Dre really only invested in music. Even when he did the Beats headphones, he still only really invested in music. Yeah. It was just the tech side of music. Yeah. So you might go that route one day. But people think because we black or whatever, like, we timestamp ourselves. Clyde Davis and all them white guys, they be still working in this industry that we work in. They be 80, 100 years old still doing it. Producing, doing the business side, doing all that. You know, whatever. So I feel like you're going to be doing this to you 80 to you 180, 80 years old, 100 years old, whatever.
Because it's the same game, no matter how old you get, bro. I mean, I get it, the artists change, but it's the same exact thing going on. Mm-hmm. So
you just got to know how to release product. That's the only thing that changes, the release.
Yeah, but I kind of get it though. I get it. Like I watched it. I'm learning this thing that everybody be talking about now called algorithm.
Mm-hmm. The algorithm. Yep.
So I'm learning how to manipulate the algorithms and stuff organically. I'm learning how to manipulate the.
You know, the algorithm is similar. It works for investments and for music and video. The algorithm is similar if you pay attention.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's an algorithm for everything.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah. So when me learning stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay, when you release songs, you want to release them like this.
Yeah.
And then I also know if you, man, I just know how, but the thing I do know is like, you can waste a lot of money doing music. You might as well do it, what's the term? Do it right. The first time or do it right. Or do it twice. No, if you do it twice, I can't even think of the term right now. But I know like you got to pay if you got to do it twice.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm learning like how to put out songs, how to put out albums, and then I'm also learning like, okay, everybody's not RJ, so everybody's not gonna get 100,000 streams when they drop a song.
Yeah.
So you gotta like build. But then if I'm gonna build it up, it's gonna take me time.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I gotta invest time and money. And
at least do it with something you love.
Yeah, I know, but it's saying if I was to buy a burnt down house in Detroit, I would still have to invest time and money to like.
Let me tell you something, because you know I messed with real estate before. Dog, it's still hard. Like even with doing the music, it's about what you passionate about investing in, because they cannot pay their rent. They can tear stuff up. You had to get new renters. Are you doing Section 8 or are you doing mid-level housing or whatever, where they paying a couple thousand, and like regardless, it's gonna be work and it's a risk. Yeah. Anything you
invest in is risk reward.
So I always like, that's one thing I go when I talk to y'all, like my young dogs, or if I talk to the kids or whoever, I always talk to them about, if you can focus on doing what you love in life, what you passionate about, and becoming an expert, God will always take care of it. Just be a good person and then focus in on what's your passion in life, what's your purpose. So if you can get to your purpose and become an expert, you golden for the rest of your life.
That's love, because I do feel like that. It's like, yeah. Like I understand music enough to at least, I ain't never gonna have to work for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck what everybody else going through.
Yeah, I feel that.
And it's like I want to learn more. Like at this point in my life, I feel like the only way I'm gonna get as rich as I want to get is if I make other people millionaires.
Yeah, that is key. That's why you blessed too. That is key. Like with my team, I want everybody around me millionaires. I want to just. That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
That's
to
the
build
goal.
$1 billion company, and then my whole team, everybody is millionaires, running divisions. Millionaires running divisions, and we just continuously taking it up.
Right, the right way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna just go work for the next hot rapper that came on last week. It ain't that big of a deal.
Facts. Yeah. Man, I want to thank my brother for coming out, man. My guy, RJ Lamont. RJ always tripping. Give him your social medias, bro, and tell them where they can, what you got coming up next.
RJ Lamont on everything. RJ Lamont. Yeah, that's my Instagram on everything. That's my Instagram on Snapchat. Yeah, because I damn near got to copyright it.
I know you got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's RJ Lamont on everything.
That's what I thought. Man, talking about your YouTube channel slap.
But no. But that's what I'm saying. So I've been building like fake meme accounts and shit. I done built the meme account up to 100K. Like I've been focusing in on like what
I need your help.
Man,
because you code on social media, I need your help.
Yeah, I've been learning some shit. So I've been trying to make the stuff that's not associated with RJ Lamont move, so I can see how stuff move if it wasn't RJ. Because I get it. Like I got the name, so anything I put my name on is gonna kind of do good. So if I can make something that don't got my name on and do good, that mean I'm really knowing what I'm doing. But yeah, on all my social medias, RJ Lamont, RJ Lamont. I'm about to go on tour with BabyTron and BLP Kosher October 27th through December 13th. We ended at Rolling Loud Miami on December 13th. What else? I'm starting my label, Always Tripping Global. When I come back on December 13th, we about to start signing more artists, and we about to just keep running the bag up. And yeah, shout out to everybody that fuck with me forever, and always shout out to you,
my dog. I thank you, man. I thank my brother for coming through, man. This is the Culture Conversation Podcast. You can follow us on all platforms at AT Network, and we out. What up, though, Detroit?